If you could describe your journey at any point in 3 words,
Yeah.
what would it be? What would those 3 words be?
Tumultuous.
Tumultuous.
Yeah.
I have never heard of that term before.
Tumultuous. Overwhelming.
Okay.
Rewarding.
Okay.
Yeah.
Start off with the first one.
Tumultuous. It's been a very rocky road. You go through so many highs and so many lows, a mixture of emotions, hurdles after hurdles, challenges, things that, and I'm someone that mitigates a lot of my risks, but then there's always something that gets in your way, isn't there? And you always feel like you're being picked on sometimes. Things just never go smooth. Let's just put it like that in property. That's why I say it's been tumultuous. Like, it's been a rocky road. Super happy about it because I've learned so much over the last 3.5 years. So that's why I'd say that. Overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think I find myself in times when I'm constantly thinking about property. I'm constantly thinking about builders, invoices, solicitors, stakeholders, and investors. I'm constantly thinking about how can I manage everyone's expectations? How do I keep my builders working at 100 miles per hour? How do I keep my solicitor in communication, talking to me and making sure the cases are moving forward? How do I then communicate to my broker the importance of this and hence why they need to move faster, get terms sent across? How do I communicate to the vendor or that I'm purchasing the property off that give me time, I'm waiting for this? And then how do I communicate that all to my stakeholders, my investors, who may not necessarily be familiar with the process and may not be familiar with the challenges that you can face in property? And where we've got an agreement, I need to always keep them in the loop and basically go back and say, hey, this is happening. This could potentially cause a delay. This has come up. This is what's going on. We're at this stage of the build. Material has been delayed. Architects messed up on this, meaning that this needs to be redrawn. Structure engineer has done this. This needs to be recalculated. All of that stuff. And then on top of that, how do you go on to be a good, let's say, friend and a family member and a son and things like that? Like, you're always trying to do loads of different things. My mum will call me and I'll look at the phone sometimes and not pick up because I'm just not in the mental headspace to sit down and have a conversation because I'm trying to balance a million things.
Would you say that comes down, do you have anyone that works for you?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I wouldn't necessarily. Well, I'm guessing you're going to say like outsourcing a lot.
Yeah, like coming down to like delegation.
Yeah, I think I could delegate certain things, but maybe I'm not in the position. I wasn't in the position to yet. Hence why I was saying it was overwhelming. Not necessarily as overwhelming as it was back then, but it can be. And yeah, it does come down to delegation. But what was my last word again? My last word was rewarding.
Rewarding.
Yes, it's been a very rewarding process. Been able to meet a lot of people, been in rooms, wouldn't expect myself to be. I've been in, and it gives you a lot of freedom.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, and a lot of time to reflect that I don't think I would get in other things. And yeah, it is. I always say to people, you get paid last in property. As a developer, you're always the last to get paid, but it's always a pretty penny, basically.
Would you say that's why you stay in property?
Yes, because I know what I started. I know what the goal was. I'm someone that wants to achieve my goal, and then look to do something else.
Yeah.
Basically.
We'll dabble into that, but I want to take a step back. 16-year-old Ethan.
Yeah.
What was he involved in? Did he think that he would be in the position that he is today? Where was he heading? Was he going down the route of studying and becoming a doctor or a lawyer?
Yeah.
Where was he?
16-year-old Ethan was, I would have been in year 11. So
Because you're how old?
26 now. That
26.
was 10 years ago.
Decade ago, man.
That's crazy to
Time
think.
flies.
16-year-old Ethan, very ambitious, was a hustler. Like, as any entrepreneur in today's age, sold everything, bought and sold everything. But I think I stretched it where when I talk about bought and sold anything, buying and selling sweets to like bracelets, phone cases, Shambalas, the lot, right? Throwback
Shambhalas.
to then progressing into starting my own tuition business. So I had my own tuition business in sixth form,
Okay.
which was quite cool, where I'd outsource some of the work I was coming in to some of my friends,
Yeah,
taking a commission in from that. So I started my own tuition. I was very academic, and I wanted to do, I didn't know what I wanted to do, to be fair. I wanted to be a dentist at one point.
Okay.
I really wanted to be a dentist, then quickly realized that maybe I'm not passionate enough for this enough to go into it, but I wanted to do something quite academic. And then I don't think I had it planned out, but I just knew I wanted to be successful. I knew I wanted to be big, and I liked things. I liked like trainers. I was like mad sneakerhead. I wanted things, but I just didn't know how to get it. But I knew I wanted to do it the right way. Like, I was never swayed. I was never a big fan of trying to take quick wins or taking risks for that. I knew I wanted to do something to legitimate to make money and build a business, build longevity, loads of different things. I experimented loads of different things. At one point, I was like a loan shark at one point. I'd lend money to people in sixth form.
To then get a return.
To get a return. Like, people would say, oh, I need to buy this. And I knew that 10% was a good return. So if someone needed £100, I'd be like, yeah, take £100, just give me £110 back in like 2 weeks and stuff like that. I would lend a lot of money. I would do loads of different
And that would
things.
work? Like, you would have that trust in the people that you're giving your money to?
Yeah, I would. And I'd always get more, because it'd be like, oh yeah, I'm getting paid next week, but I need to buy this week.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it and just pay me back £110. And I was making loads of money doing that. I was doing that with so many things. And I used to think about it, all right, with the interest I'm going to get from this, that's £10. That's going to pay for my school lunch for 1 week. And then I add this on top of this. And if I do this 5 times, that's a pair of white Air Forces. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah. So you've always been a hustler?
Yeah.
Always been a hustler. And at what point did the shift happen? Or I know it's always been there, but at what point were you like, okay, I want to do property?
I think the turning point, I knew I wanted to do property from young. I knew property was a rewarding career. I knew it was an industry or a profession, like you could say, that gave you that there was big rewards to be made. And the turning point was probably in second year of uni when I read my first book.
Okay.
And then
what book was that?
Rob Dick's Property Investing for Beginners.
Okay.
I read that book, and that was like the light bulb moment. Like, okay, let me do this. Let me try and go all in and do this. But it's funny because that was the first book about something that I read that I can action out the steps. So I wonder if I picked up maybe a book about like Amazon FBA.
Yeah.
That could have been the light bulb moment. But I just knew property was something I really wanted to go into because one of my first friends I made in secondary school, went to his house in like Purley, right?
Okay, yeah, expensive area.
Yeah, expensive area. That's where I went to school. So I was like, I grew up in like Selhurst, like South Noyd, Croydon, right?
Yeah.
Then I go to Purley.
Purley's,
Like complete opposite to what Selhurst is like. And then I've gone, well, what do your parents do? And he goes, yeah, my dad's a property developer. So I always knew at the back of my head, all right, this is the type of house I want to live in. These are the types of cars I want to drive. I need to be in property.
Yeah.
So I knew that. So when I did pick up the book, when I was looking to pick up a book, I was looking for a property book. And I read that, and that was just the light bulb moment. I enjoyed it. And that was the key thing. I was happy I enjoyed it because I knew if I didn't enjoy what I was reading, I wouldn't have taken action. But when I was reading it, everything just made sense. When I was thinking about mortgages, leveraging, interest, everything, just capital appreciation. It all
Yeah.
just clicked.
Yeah.
And I said, yeah, this is a no-brainer. Let me go in for this.
So the book was solely property related. It wasn't like a rich dad, poor dad
No,
type
no,
of
no,
vibe.
no.
It was
Rich Dad Poor Dad. I did read that in first year of uni, and that was life changing.
yeah, because that's the book that changed it for me.
Yeah.
That's what shifted me to think.
And it's mad because it sounds so cliche, but it
does.
definitely does work. I remember reading that in first year of uni, and it was like, okay, I need to do something. And I had a business idea before that, and then I started a sports events company at uni with one of my friends called Obed, who we started the sports business, and like really, really kind of took off. We built a good community around it. We hosted tournaments all across Midlands, giving out cash prizes. Yeah, that was such a great time. Thinking back about it, that was probably one of like my happiest times, I swear, because it was just, it was so fulfilling. Everyone was so happy. You see on the day how everyone's so excited for these tournaments, cash prizes. We was able to get sponsors. I met one of my best friends in doing so. Like, it was such a cool experience. So that was after reading Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it was like, you know, let's make something happen. So that book is life changing.
Yeah, no, it's a very good book. Do you practice like mindfulness and all that stuff, meditation, visualization? Like, have you ever been someone that writes down their goal in the morning, in the night, listens to the affirmations?
Yeah, you know what? I think I've been through that journey quite early on. I don't necessarily practice it as much now, but I've always said to people, I've been on this journey since I was like 19.
Well, you've been a hustler.
Yeah. And when I talk about self-development, from, let's say, 16, when I started going to the gym, I had a page with my friends, and we were training like for the army. So we had a very strict regime where we was going to the gym, writing down what our workouts would be, the weights, everything. And that sort of mindset followed me into my personal development, into my business and things like that. So from, let's say, first year of uni, after I've read Rich Dad Poor Dad, I started doing the whole waking up, writing down your goals, doing all that things. Yeah, manifestation, just thinking about it, going to places, trying to talk to people, network with people. I had been doing that for a very long period of my time, came out of uni throughout the whole of COVID. I think during COVID was probably my peak like personal development phase.
Yeah.
And then when I got into property and things started happening, I wouldn't say I lost focus, but it was more so less talk, more action. It was more so just, let me go out and do it now, right? I've written down enough goals, I've written down enough things, but you know when it's just people do a lot of that stuff, but
Don't take action.
No action. And since I've taken a lot of action, things started moving a lot quicker. It's only now where I'm starting to practice it a bit more here and there, but I exhausted all the personal development books.
I think as an entrepreneur, you have that phase where you do it. It has to be done. You need to be in a certain mindset to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
As I mentioned with Deontay, there's a common theme on this pod. Not everyone can be an entrepreneur. I think everyone has the ability to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
But not everyone can be an entrepreneur. And I think
100%.
that comes down to, what would you say, mindset?
No, I think it is... Well, mindset is just inability to take action. And I think you have got the ability to do it, but no one will take action. Everyone will say things and they just won't take action. And that was something that used to confuse me, but now I'm pretty much like, you know what, it is what it is. If you don't want to take action, I'm not going to force you to take action. But a lot of people like the idea of it. They like the idea of being a focused person. They like the idea of waking up, going to the gym, eating clean, writing down your goals, practicing personal development. They love the whole idea of it. they will repost it, like it,
Mm.
but they just won't do it. And that is literally the only difference between someone that becomes an entrepreneur, a successful one, and someone that doesn't. But we both got the ability. I make things happen, and that's something I pride myself of. Like, I will make something happen. I won't just talk about it. I won't just write things. I won't just repost and share things on my story. I will go out and make it happen.
I think Dean Forbes says it. You just got to show up. It's about showing up.
Yeah, literally.
And if you show up every day when you don't feel like it,
literally,
that's all that matters. I think people are lazy, Ethan.
People are super, super lazy. Like, and it's funny because people will not call themselves lazy, right? And I always say to people, your habits follow you. So let's say for example, you don't like making your bed every day, right? You don't like making your bed because it's something that you don't want to do, but you know you have to do it. That mindset of not making your bed, you're like, oh yeah, but it's just my bed. I won't keep my room clean. It's just my room.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to your business, that same attitude of, oh yeah, it's just this bit thing, will follow you into the business, and it will prevent you from reaching the next level, because I'm a strong believer of habits follow you around. If you start something, for example, you start a routine, you have a set of goals, and you say to yourself, I'm going to go to the gym 5 times this week. If you give up on day 3, right? And you say you've convinced yourself, nah, but it's just the gym. Like, you've given yourself an excuse. That same thought process of giving yourself excuses to not going to the gym is the same excuse you give to yourself within your business. But you think, oh, because I care about my business so much, no, this won't happen. No, that same mindset follows you. It will follow you in everything that you do. You will try something, you give up. You go into a relationship, it gets hard, you just give up. And I see it a lot with different people, like, oh, this is not just a one-off thing. This is a habit you have that you think is only in this area. But when we take a step back, it's across your whole life.
Yeah.
This is, you just give up on things. You thought that was an insignificant moment. However, looking back, you gave up on this, you gave up on that, you gave up on this, and you got nowhere. So if you want to get good at something or grow, I think you need to look at everything in a holistic view and try and apply the same principles across your whole life.